It's time for a random review.
Ooh, natural 20.
Natural 20. I think it's funny. I just saw you kind of holding up your shirt, and I didn't actually, I didn't do this on purpose.
Rolling dice.
Rolling dice built character.
Yeah.
And you have a dice rolling shirt on too. That's hysterical.
Yeah.
All right.
And
so
it says because I'm the DM.
So this is our second random review, and we liked it so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the segment. If you missed the last one, here's the deal. We have a chart. There are 12 categories, all based on the die roll of a D20. And whatever I roll, Jeff will have to pick that and defend the question that came with it. This is the things we're going to talk about. So depending on what we roll, we talk about what's the topic, and then we'll answer the question
for it.
Here we go, Jeff.
Roll me up.
I'm going to roll. Who? I rolled you an 11.
Okay.
I don't know how blurry that's going to be. There it is. It's an 11. So for an 11, it's a performance check, Jeff. For the 1960s aesthetic and the score, can you analyze the period-specific details, clothing, music, cars? Did the show successfully recreate 1962, or did it feel like really generic?
This absolutely, I think, is a great performance. So I rolled an 11, succeeded my performance check, and so did it. Welcome to Derry. It definitely feels like that time period. There's the right from kind of the get-go in that movie theater, and they're watching it, and they've got this usher that comes down. He's got a flashlight, and the kid's running away, and he's hitchhiking. This little kid is hitchhiking, trying to get out of Derry, and he gets picked up by this old car. All the costumes, the music score at that time is The Music Man, which I've never seen. And when they're talking about, and you talk about placing it in a moment, but also connecting it in a way to today. Like I always love these reminders that we often think, oh, today kids have these stupid things they say like 6, 7. And in that song score in The Music Man, they're saying things like swell, aren't they? And they're buckling their knickerbockers below the knees. And you hear them chewing their gum. And it's like,
we got trouble right here in River City.
We got trouble. It starts with a T, and like all the whole rant about the young kids these days, like, and none of it is that bad. And I just think, flash forward to people like 6, 7. It's it is a stupid thing to say, but I mean, like, we've always had those complaints. So I feel like it was really great job there. And then plus the layer of menace in that culture that also gets magnified by the racism that's there because of the way they treat the black characters, and like that was something that they had to worry about. And just because, and I'm not saying that doesn't happen today, but I mean, it was just like so prevalent, and it was a bit of that menace, and I felt like they really created the 1962 really well. So that's my random review. It's a win.
I love it. That was great. The only thing I want to add that I liked, I don't think we have a question about it, so I don't think I'm going to hurt anything, is in the movies, they show the Paul Bunyan statue.
Yeah.
In current Derry, and I love that in the show, they show it being built.
Oh, nice.
Which connects the two together, which is really cool.
That is cool. All right, I'll roll for you.
Roll for me. Let's see what we got.
Let's see. Steve, you failed your dexterity check with a 5. Sorry, 5, yes. Sleight of hand failed. And this is the Dick Halloran crossover. Did including a character from The Shining feel like a genuine tie into the Stephen King universe? Or was this just a cheap Easter egg that didn't serve the plot? So, you can talk about this either way. You can go mixed. Is this a cheap Easter egg, or is it complex? Does it actually serve a plot function with his psychic gifts utilized by the military? Or is this just a gimmick, a nod to the super fan? Your choice.
Do you know? So here's the best part of this question for me. I actually didn't make that connection right away. that it was the same character.
Yeah.
That the Dick Halloran character, like the use of a psychic component in Stephen King is pretty prevalent, right? He has a lot of characters who have some kind. We were talking about it, with the Dead Zone. Like there's a psychic component, so it didn't necessarily click to me right away because it's been forever since I've seen The Shining. I don't think I've ever actually read The Shining as much as I love the books. So I didn't make that connection that Dick Halloran was the same character, and so I think in that way it maybe was a little more nod to a lower level of subculture for folks who are maybe a little bit more into the connections between the books. I just pointed out one, not thinking it would be a crossover to this question, but it turns out it kind of was. So I like the connection between the two. Obviously, this is an it to it connection I was talking about, but the idea of that psychic connection is, I think, very much at the root of this particular story. It has to be. It's what brings it to that Stephen King level, right? There's this malevolence of some sort in the town, and we see that from the minute the show starts. I was hoping one of us would have gotten one of the gory questions, and talking about some of that stuff. But I love the fact that they're giving it a grounding, and I'm going to call it a grounding in more reality of there's a guy who's like, psychics help the cops all the time. Well, the army has a psychic trying to get them to figure out where's this energy or power coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And they do talk a little bit more about it. So I think they're trying to give Pennywise and this evil a history. We should have started with a spoiler alert. Just because this is an ongoing show, episode, when we record this, episode 3 just dropped last night. So I still haven't watched episode 3. So I love it. I think the connection is good. I missed the connection to The Shining, but I'm happy to know that it's there because, again, I love crossover stuff. We've talked about that before.
Well, yeah. So I'm just going to kind of build on that and agree with you because Stephen King himself does this all the time. He has a connected universe. I mean, that the whole concept of the Dark Tower book series is how everything is connected in his universe. Like these books stand alone that you don't have to read. Yeah, you wouldn't have to, have read The Shining or seen it to appreciate it. Welcome to Derry. But for those who did and made the connections, which I also, when I've watched the very first episode, I'm like, what's up with that guy? I didn't know who he was, so I looked up what his character was. Like, oh, he's from The Shining. But it's been so long since I read and watched the movie. I don't remember him saying like he was in the military. So I don't know. But I'm okay with it if this was not what Stephen King intended for his Halloran character, because it's true to his universe, having these interconnections. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see something else pop up in one of these later episodes. So I think it's true to Stephen King, true to his universe. I think it works.
Awesome. All right, so there we go. Random review. If you like our review, jump online, give it a like, give us a follow, ask any questions. originalgeekpodcast@gmail.com. Check out originalgeekpodcast.com. And we have a new Stephen King inspired shirt that it will drop today.
It's so good. It's so good.
This is one of my favorites. You guys have got to check this one out. This is our new merch. It is the King of Nightmares. And if you're just listening, it's a silhouette of somebody sitting. You just see glowing red eyes with a raven on his shoulder. He's all black in the shadows. He's sitting on a throne of paperbacks and books all around him with the typewriter out front and videotapes. And it says, raised on paperbacks and panic, we're all geeked down here, which is a beautiful
all
nod
geeked down
to
here is my favorite part of that.
So definitely jump on, check out our King of Nightmares shirt. One of my favorites that we've been able to come up with. So